Oh man, I can start all over again. Thanks for reminding me to mute Rambo. Thanks. All right, let's try this again. I've been sitting here talking to myself for the last couple of minutes. Oh well. Howdy everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the night stream. Hey, thanks for letting me play a little bit of Arma earlier and blah yada yada whatever, you know. Anyways, welcome back. What's going on? How come I can't see? There we go. Now I can see the stream. All right. Seems like XSplit is locked up. Hopefully the stream is going. Either you guys watching it still? Oh, okay, it's still working. All right, so here we are. We are at Lake Ramboni, where what we were looking at just a minute ago, for those who were wondering, this is a sunk trailer that is in Lake Ramboni here. And since Rambo's muted and can't defend himself, we're going to assume that Rambo put it in there. Yeah, it sounded a lot better the first time I said all this. It was much more witty and cunning the first time I went through this and said it all when we were muted. It's just not as funny now, is it? Anyways.
So we're gonna do the Spider-Man wall crawl on the...
No, that's something Rambo would do and get the vehicle stuck in the water, and I'd have to reset it. So there is video. No, it wasn't Chris that sunk it. I'm just gonna tell you right now, Rambo is responsible for everything. And so here's the deal: after the stream ended, do I need to mute you again, young man? I will sit you in the corner while I try to talk and explain what's going on. So after the stream ended, the culprit for sticking this truck in here in the water strategically waited until the stream was over to acknowledge the fact that he had sunk the truck into the water so it didn't come across on the stream. Yet luckily for you guys, I do record things after the stream ends, so I have it all on tape. And then, you know, Rambo with his brilliantness is going to correct the error here, and he takes the FDR button top loader and tries to Spider-Man crawl it down the cliff over here and sinks it in the water too. So I just kind of said, nope, this isn't gonna happen. So we reset everything back. I've got the truck. It costs like $24,000 to reset it. The problem is if we reset the trailer, we lose all the onions that are in it, and I just don't want to do that. So today we're going to get this thing out of here, and I'm going to prove to Rambo that I can get it out of there without sinking the loader into the water. Rambo doesn't believe I can do it. Do you, Rambo? You can speak now.
Nope.
You want to put some money on this?
It was so funny last night. It's gonna fall on. Nope. See, mate, it's gonna stick to the wall. See, mate, it's staying. See, mate.
See, mate. Oh, Rambo's out of it.
No, you just heard that sound. Bloop.
Yeah. Bloop. All right.
Don't do that when I'm having a drink.
You sure you don't want to like put some money on this, Rambo? Because I'm betting I can do this.
Nope.
People in chat, do you think I can do this? I got the skills to pay the bills. All right, so Rambo thinks you go up here and climb the Spider-Man thing down the wall. I don't believe that. Having sunk enough vehicles in my life in mud and had to recover them, I got an idea how to do this. Hang on a second. It's going to require me moving some stuff here on my desktop so I have complete use of my my joysticks.
Hemi, how are you under the water?
Now Rambo's in there.
I'm on top of the water.
It's the world's largest bowl of onion soup
in
right
the
now.
water, dude.
I'm gonna be dumping forever.
Now watch carefully, Rambo. This is how you do things and you don't cost the server more money.
Get a new breath.
That arm's long enough to reach?
What?
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, man, work. Watch it, watch it!
What's that, Rambo? What's that? What are those words that need to come out of your mouth?
I didn't say a word.
By the way, we're having a special on onion soup.
Oh look, Chris, it's your trailer.
All right, Rambo, there's your trailer now.
That's Chris's trailer, not mine.
Chris does not have a reputation of rolling vehicles over. You, on the other hand, my friend, have rolled quite a few vehicles over, and you know, I'm not quite sure how the truck got in there. I didn't actually see the incident happen. I just know the truck is in the water, and I'm going to blame the person most likely to do it. You know, that's called jumping to conclusions. How about that? I got the skills. I don't even get a nice job from Rambo on that. He just kind of just says, There we go. All right.
Nice job.
Right.
Yeah, you cheated. You had no truck attached to it.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Oh, you think the truck made a difference, right? It's just you tried to take the complicated route out instead of looking at assessing the situation and doing it in taking a moment to think about it. I'd have pulled out the exact same way there, buddy. Quick delivery to the West Railroad. We need some rye over there. I'd say go do it, but you know, quick West Rambo, I don't know that that's gonna work.
I'm not doing quick deliveries. They don't agree with me.
Hey, are we gonna keep this thing or are we gonna sell it?
Sell what?
I'd say get rid of it and use that other one.
I don't know. It is good for vehicle recovery.
Put these stored over here in the train silo, right? Storage.
Yes, please.
Roger.
Yeah.
Make sure to turn the dryer on to get them dried out.
You get this trailer from Rambo 145's website. I try not to do private mods. Y'all should know that. I don't like to do private mods. I try not to do them.
All right, so we all hopping on this straw contract, or are we doing something different?
Well, I mean, the onions still need to be harvested and delivered back to the farm, so that needs to work. I'm probably going to do some planting.
I can get the onions and deliver them. If you guys have other things you want to do.
I'll chase you, Hammy.
Yeah, I think Rambo was working on the straw delivery, so he can continue on that. And then I'm going to fire up a tractor and go plant a couple of fields that I've already got prepped. And then yeah, we can go from there. It's going to be dark for a bit. See, even Big Mac. Big Mac assumes that Rambo ran that trailer into the water. And his assumption would probably be correct.
Wrong. Are you guys using that big trailer still?
Guess no one will know until I put the video out, huh? Who actually wrecked the trailer? Rambo.
Chris.
Rambo.
Chris.
Rambo. Oh man, I'm just laughing over here. Rambo's just gonna up and say, "Screw you guys, I'm out of here." I'd leave one night.
Not before I could get payback.
What do you do? Sink my you sink all our stuff in the water?
No.
Oh, slow night. 10 people watching. Man.
Oh my, oh my. Guess what?
What?
I went by the lake and I didn't get wet.
How about that? You amazing. So I'm trying to set up the G27 in cattle and crops today, right? So explain to this one to me, okay? This is, it's got to be a German thing, okay? So you go into the G27 and it gives you your configuration for your G27, so you can go in there and you can configure it, and you set your dead zones and all that other stuff, right? And you can set how the axis is, like, is it a steering wheel, is it a throttle, whatever it is, right? So you set it all up, and it even says like accelerator, so you step on the accelerator and it registers the accelerator, and you set your dead zone and you set it up as a throttle and yada yada yada, right? You get all that config. Then you go down to where it says forward, which is W on the keyboard, and you assign that to the accelerator, right?
Yep.
And then you go down to brake, which is, you know, S or reverse in the game, and you would set that to, that's right, the brake, right? So when you get in the vehicle and you step on the accelerator, what does the tractor do?
Goes reverse.
That's exactly right. So after you config the accelerator and you assign when you assign it, though, be sure to assign the accelerator to the brake and the brake to the accelerator. Otherwise, you're going to go backwards when you want to go forwards. It's quite confusing. But at least if you tell it to turn left, it does turn left, and you know, right when you tell it to turn right. These are the little things other people don't tell you when they go through and they debug stuff.
Is that early access for you guys?
Oh, it's not even early access. It's basically they made a little program that has you can get in the tractor, you can hook it up to a cultivator and go cultivate a field, and that's it, and drive around. And they've got like a test track where you can go test you know, drive over some cement blocks and stuff to see how the tractor handles. And there's some different fields that you can go drive through, but that's it. All you're doing is cultivating. You're not doing anything other than that. So it's not like it's part of an early access to actually play. The point of the process today was for them to work on their launcher and test their launcher and their packet delivery, test their servers out. So, which interesting the way they're going to do it. They're not doing it like as farm sim where you do farm sim and launch farm sim. It's sort of like Arma where you have a launcher that you call up, and then it downloads everything from their server to your computer. And it was like downloading the terrain, downloading the vegetation, downloading the vehicles, all that different stuff. It's pretty interesting, but the question is that the way it's going to actually be when they put the game out? But
Probably did it that way so nobody can maintain the content on their system.
well, no, once you do it the first time, it's got it. It's for pushing updates, you know, in the future. Your updates will come in, and what it saves them from having to do is, you know, they don't have to send tons of updates. You know, you don't have to re-download the whole game or whatever. You just, if they want to update the vegetation, they can push the vegetation when they're in alpha state and everything. So all right, so that is in there. All right, so I'm gonna go grab a tractor or two, and we're gonna go do some planting. Always the one I want is in the back. Is
You right back?
we probably need to check some of these fields too that were planted the other day, like 33, 35, 36, 37. They probably need to be weeded.
Okay, we'll get on that once we're done with 73.
Yeah, they should be in their first growth state, so we should be able to weed them and get that last little bit of fertilizer done. All right. You know what else I was a little disappointed with cattle and crops right now is the manual connecting on the trailers doesn't work. A lot of the IC worked, but the manual connecting didn't work. All right, let's push this out here. Probably go get some fuel real quick. And we decided we were going to plant some oats. Go. The new R Bauer, welcome to the stream. What's going on, buddy? Chris Webb, what's going on? Cowboy, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, we might not have a lot of people watch tonight. With ATS putting the heavy haul mod on, or with the Truckers MP putting the heavy haul mod out tonight. I imagine a lot of people will be on there wrecking. Which, you know, that was one of those things. Do I do Farm Sim tonight or do I do ATS tonight? And I chose to do ATS. Farm Sim. I had everything all planned out. I was going to get on today, download that demo, do the demo for a little bit, and then play Farm Sim. Boy, my day went down the drain quick. Big Mac, the cab physics still need work, not as smooth. Yeah, one would argue that the cab physics in Farm Sim are too smooth. You know? So... yeah, I would argue with you that the cab physics in Farm Sim are too smooth. I mean, when I cultivate a field, I don't feel like I'm gonna have my kidneys bleed at the end of it. Where'd all this seed go out of my seed tender?
We used it all a while ago.
Well, hopefully this seed manufacturer thing has some seed in it. Did not realize we were out.
Yeah, we got some in storage at the farm, but I think the factory should be pretty much full.
I heard an uh-oh. What was that all about?
No, so I was just commenting on you saying that we were out of seed.
I mean, it's not like we can't go buy some more. It's just, I thought we had some. I thought I had a whole lot in the seed tender. I was nearly full at one point. Hey, how's the stream look, guys? If you're watching the stream, I made some changes to the encoder last night. I hadn't really checked it out, but I upped the bit rate a little bit. I changed some stuff. What resolution are you guys seeing it at, and how's the quality? Does it look better than it was looking? I noticed the last few streams weren't looking as crisp or as clean as they had been. So I upped the bit rate some, and I changed a couple of things.
I actually got it at 1080p on my phone, Lewis. It's running pretty good.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. It's been storing everything at 720, and I couldn't figure out why. It's been really irritating me. So I forced it to 1080p. I went through in the software that I use and tried to find where. I never had that issue with YouTube. I just started having it with Twitch, and I found a way where I could go in and force it to go to 1080p, and so yeah, the reason I asked.
Yeah, because when I go into settings on Twitch, it says that 1080p is the source or native resolution.
Cool. Well, that's the way she should be. Alright, we'll fill this baby up with some seeds and we'll go from there. Alright, Hurricane. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time today massaging the computer and checking all that out to see if I could get everything to run a little bit better. Maybe in a week or so I can get that other computer up and running, and I should be able to, at that point, go to a dual stream system. Priced out the computer I want last night.
Oh, toys?
Right now, dreams.
Yep. Whenever you do that, it's always a good job to be sat down.
I mean, bare bones is like 1,100 bucks. And at the rate YouTube's going, it'd take me a while to get that money together. Now I priced out the 770 or the 7700 with the Republic of Gamers, the Asus Republic of Gamers Maximus or whatever board with 32 bits of Corsair RAM, SSD hard drive for the operating system, and then a couple of 2 terabit hard drives for data storage. And then most of the other stuff can come from the current rig I have. So that would be like saving me some money. So just that bare bones with operating system and, you know, the little things that you have to have was going to cost me like right over $1,000. If I threw in a case and a power supply, you know, I'm up again another couple $100. And then if I wanted to go with the dual video cards, even if I wanted to go cheap, I'm looking at another $800. So it'd be just under $2,000 for a system.
You gotta look at your cooling as well with that.
Yeah, I'm really not paying attention where I'm going. Oh, well, I got a cooler too ordered for it, or was going to order a cooler. I was going to put another H100i in there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, they're quite efficient, them H100s are.
That's what I'm running on this rig. It works great and keeps everything nice and cool.
And that's just for the CPU itself, right? Nothing else?
What, for the H100? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I go with a dual video cards in a, you know, SLI, I'm probably gonna do some sort of coolers on them.
Just pick up the hybrid ones that have a cooler on them already.
Yeah.
Don't know if
Don't
you
need
can
that
put
right now.
2 of them next to each other. I think coolers are a bit big.
I think that Republic of
They just
Gamers
sit
has
out.
plenty of room.
Yeah, you're going for the Maximus board, aren't you? Like Maximus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be fine then, because you can. I think it's got 3 or 4 PCI Express.
Helps if you take this truck off of follow. Helps a lot. All right. So we'll get through here and knock a little bit of this out. Still just 10 people watching tonight, huh? Well, to you 10 guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guess we'll do a little farm sim tonight. Tell you what, next week's going to be a busy week. Next week will be a busy one. I will imagine that we're going to get ourselves our first look at the mod contest entries next week.
Yeah, some of them are live on the Mod Hub now.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, you can download them now.
Okay. I didn't check today. So we got Mod Hub entries that we need to go through next week. Got 7 Days to Die rumored to be coming out next week.
I'll wait for that.
Got what else next week? Well, we need to do some more heavy haul this week. And we'll see what else is going on. But yeah, could be an interesting week next week. A lot to do. So this morning, against my better judgment, I got on the ATS, got on the multiplayer server. That was fun. I'm gonna be curious to see how tonight goes on there. I'm sure everybody's gonna stream it tonight or play it tonight. My nerves wouldn't be able to handle it. Well, I got on there today and there was 150 people on, right? And I went ahead and gave it a shot just to see, with just me being on there, and it was just a nightmare. I mean, just with 150 people on there, especially you get on those 2-lane roads that are really curvy, and people just come barreling through there. They're still driving 90 miles an hour up through there with a heavy haul mod on.
They think it's a race.
And I gotta be honest with you, there's another thing about the heavy haul on the multiplayer that really didn't sit well with me. For those who watched it the other night, you know I ran with the 450 motor in the truck, and it really had to challenge to go up hills and stuff. You can't do that on the multiplayer server. If you do, you're going to get cussed at or run into or yelled at or whatever. So pretty much you're going to have to run the biggest motor in there to stay out of people's way, right? So you're going to have to run that 650 King of the Hill or a 6 1/4 whatever King of the Hill, or you're going to have to run the 600, something like that, right? So today when I was on there, I ran the 600 with the 18 speed, and I never had to downshift. I rarely had to, like, I might have to come from 8 high down to 8 low, but I rarely ever had to do anything more than that.
That just makes it boring.
Yeah, it was quite boring. I was about to fall asleep doing it. It was that boring.
Yeah, I'd rather the truck struggle.
Yeah. But no, I mean, just people just being stupid, you know, on there, and you know, they're going down the road and they're making turns and they're in every lane, so you know they can't drive. And then now they've empowered the heavy haul mod. Now it's empowered everybody who has an escort car who believes they are the authorities on there, and they can just pull right in front of you and block you. Like they have some, you know, special rights to the road. I mean, you got a green light and they're pulling out in the intersection blocking you so their buddy can make a turn. It's like, I guess you think I don't have any rights on the road?
it's just going to make it a joke with them escort cars.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I know others are doing it tonight, so you know, if I was a wise guy who was really into making sure I maximize my viewership and everything else like that, I probably should have done a live stream on the multiplayer tonight, just so people could watch me get wrecked. But I wasn't into it.
It's not too late.
I know, we could stop this. We could stop this bus and jump on there.
You too could get on there and get wrecked. Only tonight. Could be like Oprah on the multiplayer server. You get a wreck. You get a wreck. Everybody gets a wreck.
Robbie is in the house. Thanks for the hosting, man. Appreciate it.
Traffic was pretty heavy, Chris. Sorry.
Really?
I had an issue I had to address first.
What shenanigans are going on over there, huh?
No, and he's just been waiting for me. Was addressing an issue here at home, so.
It was a fall with a heavy haul load in the middle of the road.
So, man, tomorrow's gonna be an interesting race. Rambo's out.
I'll be working.
Chris D's working. Hemi's kid's not available. I don't know if Hemi's gonna race. I may be the only person in there. I might be alone.
Interested to see how many other people are in there too.
I got a feeling it might be like 3 of us.
Well, I talked to a couple of my buddies on there, and as soon as they saw the fast repairs, they said, "Nope, not interested."
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna ruin it for a lot of people. I don't know. He's been advertising it. He actually spent some money and bought some, like, advertising slots on a couple of places, like on Facebook and somewhere else. I don't know where, but apparently he's been trying to promote it, so we'll see. There could be 10, 15 people in it, or there could be 4 or 5, and it'd just be just like another thing that we do. I kicked another $50 into the kitty though today, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'd have been alright at sorting my license if the SR bit hadn't broke.
Can't believe that happened. I can't believe they broke that part of their game. Oh, excuse me, that part of their simulator. Don't want a Hemi to get below a blood vessel. It's not a game, it's a simulator.
It's easy to
You can call it. It is a game. It is a game, but if you were to call it an arcade, I would have an issue. But
Is that long neck Chris I hear? No, that was Hemi, but long neck Chris is here. The long neck pounder. Chris D, ladies and gentlemen, the long neck pounder.
Finishing off field 73.
Yes, more importantly though, what number long neck are you finishing off?
I've lost count after the prescription of self-medication.
Do you have a standing order from the doctor to drink until you feel good?
Till the headache goes away, at least.
What's the headache? Is that like the memories of what happened at work today?
Oh, dude, that was brutal today, let me tell you.
Ooh.
Or is it the fact that daughter's at a dance?
Yeah, we forgot to talk about that. Thanks, Hemi. So tonight, it apparently, Chris's daughter is at her boy-girl dance tonight. First one, right?
Yeah, 8th grade.
8th grade boy-girl dance.
Yeah,
So
he told us that.
Chris is telling us these stories, right? And he's like, my daughter is at her first 8th grade boy-girl dance tonight. And he leaves it at that. And Hemi and I both at the exact same time think, why aren't you at the daughter's 8th grade dance tonight?
Because we were told that my wife and I couldn't go.
Dad,
By whom?
Dad, you'll embarrass me.
Exactly. That's how the conversation was.
You know, they have surveillance devices that you could be using.
Yeah, really. What nanny cam are you watching on right now?
Nest cam. Go get a Nest cam and set it up. You know, you probably walk in there, there's going to be 30 other ones hung up on the wall.
Yeah. Actually,
Designated area.
I gotta tell you, I was watching today, and was it RJI? I guess is that makes all the little hover or drones now. They had a great little commercial on this week. You know, with their new drone that can like recognize hand signals and stuff for it to take pictures and things. Well, anyways, I could just imagine how many drones would be hovering over the dance. You start to get a little close and a drone comes down right at eye level of the two kids as they were trying to sneak a smooch.
Light flashing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Warning, warning, you're in a no-go zone.
Danger, danger.
Be a good money maker for a venue, though, wouldn't it? Selling prime spots for cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want this viewing angle, it'll cost you this much.
That's right.
I'll just bring the rest back with me.
All right.
If I could rob that trailer off you once you're done with it, Henry.
You gonna
So
keep it dry?
Chris, what let me ask you this question. What 8th grade boy did you con to or pay off in retail products to keep tabs on your daughter tonight?
All I know is his name is Seth. That's it.
Ha ha ha. You know, I can get you a good deal on a screwdriver.
Screwdriver better have lots of vodka in it.
Wait, now is this the kid that's got the daughter out on the dance, or is Seth the kid that you paid off to keep an eye on her?
Oh,
like to report
boy.
in.
That's the boy she's with. How
haven't you learned yet? I mean, yeah, she's got the guy that she goes out with, but there's got to be some, you know, geeky, not so popular kid that might like a gift certificate to your store that could keep tabs and report back to you if something, you know, mischievous is going on.
Perhaps pictures.
Yes, perhaps pictures.
I didn't scope that out very well.
Yeah, well, let's learn before the 9th grade dance here, buddy. This is our daughter we're talking about.
That's funny.
Hey, Hillary says it takes a village, right?
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't hack her iPhone so that you could patch in and listen.
Oh, I got the GPS thing on it, so I know where she's at.
Yeah, but that's different. I mean, if you were really good and tech savvy, you'd already hacked her iPhone so you can turn on the camera without her knowing it, or, you know, turn the microphone on so you can listen in. See, like, the GPS tells you once they're on their way. If you can hack in and turn the microphone on, you can hear them planning to go somewhere. So, see?
Oh, I will be right back. I think she just got home.
Oh! God, now we need to be able to hack in and turn the microphone on.
Let's turn Chris's push to talk on.
Yeah, really, come on, let's get Chris's webcam up and running here so we can watch. Do we have to ridicule him when he gets back about not sharing with us?
Or just tell him that his push to talk stayed active.
Yeah, be like, dude, you weren't nearly hard enough on that kid.
Could have been at least an hour lecture.
Yeah. How is he going to respect your boundaries if you don't show him the vice and a knife?
Rusty old knife.
Yeah, rusty old knife.
And the spade that you started digging the hole with.
I'll tell you that story later, Rambo.
Yeah, it's not stream friendly. Man, night's falling. There's crickets in the live stream. Crickets. I know what it is. Everybody wants me to go drive ATS.
You've got 27 people watching.
Really? Because my system shows me 10.
Nope, 27. Just dropped to 26.
Oh, it's because Chris hadn't been here in a while. Oh, goodness me. No, Jim, I haven't. I've been fighting cattle and crops all day today. I'll take a look at some of them tomorrow. let's see. You're seeing 26 as well? That's cool. Yeah, for some reason mine's stuck showing me 10. I might be having issues with my my streaming software. We'll see. So what are you guys' favorite mods so far, just from the videos and everything that you've seen? Which one would be your top ones right now? Maps don't do it for me. The maps are just kind of like, But I think mod-wise, and the sucky thing is you got two mods competing at I don't like the way the mods compete against the other, because you're competing apples against oranges. Like the seasons mod competing against an implement is not really a very fair. It's not really a very fair contest to me.
No, they're totally different things.
Yeah, they're two totally different mods. Where, I mean, Seasons redoes the entire game, you know. I mean that's one thing right there, and it's an unbelievably mod. But it's, you know, in the past, scripts weren't eligible for the contest either. And to me that's a script, right?
Yes.
Because Upside Down was never able to put GPS mod in. He was never able to put drive control into a contest. So I don't, you know, that sort of like,
They wanted extra entrants.
Yeah. Black Sheep Modding's MFs, I don't care about the 5 stars on them. I don't see how it wins. I mean, an old tractor pack, just because a lot of the stuff that he did in the old tractor pack, he just took off of other stuff. But that silage, the silage baler, I think is awesome for thinking outside the box and finding something that is used widely in the industry and no one has modded that. For thinking outside the box, that's got to be where I'm looking right now. But I think Seasons probably wins hands down, probably.
I like that silage mod actually. Looking at it, it's kept it simple but detailed.
Yeah, I mean, now at the same time, it's the same thing that won last year, in essence, because it's just, you know, a baler, and he's got the roller and all that other stuff in there, and he's done a good job with it, and it looks good. And I like the fact that he's the offset for the, you know, he's gone all the way to where when you go to actually utilize it, you still have to have the tractor hook to it, and it's got an offset head on it, so that, or trail bar. So, but you know, I really like that one. But how do any of the other mods compete against Seasons? That's what I don't get, and that's why I don't know. I really just don't like the fact that it's in the contest against. That it's in the contest up against regular mods when it's a script.
Yeah, Exactly. It's like you say, it's a script, not an implement or an item that you can use to improve your gameplay. And it will break a fair few maps seasons will.
I don't think it will, because I've used it on several different maps. I mean, I've taken my version of it that I have, and I've played it on several maps to see what it would do to other maps, and I haven't had any issues with it. The only thing is if they didn't go in and put the snow layer down, is where you're going to have issues. But even that's not like a map breaker. It just puts snow everywhere, instead of saying if you don't push the mesh down for the snow to not accumulate, then when it snows, like under this shed, you'll have snow show up. Whereas if you've gone in and you put the proper mesh in, then the snow won't accumulate under the sheds and places like that. So I don't really have a problem. I don't think it's going to break any map. I just think it would. They had some issues early on with corrupted game saves, and that was just because things were changing within the scripts. I don't think that's any of that stuff. Every map is seasons compatible, Jim. I don't know any that aren't. I mean, like I said, I've used seasons with several maps and didn't have any problems with it. Like I said, it's only has to do with snowfall.
Back her down, Mario.
Oh.
Slow down, Mario. Easy, Mario.
Watch out for the water.
Wow. I couldn't resist it.
Did it break the map or did it break the game save? There's a difference in game saves and a map. If you start a brand new game save and you put it in there, does the map play fine? B Brown WWE, welcome to the stream.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Start a new game save. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to break your map. It's going to break a game save. There's a difference in the two of those. Yeah. I would not be surprised if it breaks a lot of game saves, because people they'll think they can just throw it in there. And the problem is it has to do a lot with, it completely changes your growth cycles. It completely changes how the game works. It's not the same as what you're used to. It takes a year for your crops to grow, not just, you know, an overnight thing. And with that in mind, you can't just sling it into a map that you've already got going and expect it to work without any issues. Flipperjack 200, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will say this, if Seasons doesn't win the contest, I'll be completely shocked.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fan of it being in the mod contest for several reasons, but when you sit down and you look at what that mod is, it's the best mod in the contest. It is clearly the most well thought through, well planned, implemented idea in the contest. I mean, it completely changes the game. I don't know, Giants laxed off on a lot of stuff this year though too, because like I said, I went through and I read all of the rules real close. Nowhere in there do they say a mod can't be previously released.
Sounds like they modified a little bit.
Yeah. Well, look at the winch mod. That shouldn't be in there. The winch mod was out for 15 and he released it on earlier when he was just getting the winch script to work.
He released multiple versions of it.
So I don't see how it can be in there if they adhere to the, you know, no previously released mods.
Yeah, they've adapted it just to get as many as possible in, haven't they?
I think that's what it is. I think the number of entries last year was sort of bland. I mean, wasn't that great.
Is that you done with that bigger trailer, Hemi?
Yes, I'm done.
Cool. I'll have to come up and get it.
One of the guys who's got a map in there wrote me a note this morning, letting me know that he had a map in the contest and everything, and just kind of going off about, you know, what he had done and everything else like that, and that, you know, there were parts of it that weren't complete, and, you know, he would just want to do something for his, you know, first map entry and everything, and yada yada yada, which is cool and everything. And I was like, I wonder if he sent me that so he'd make sure I knew who did it, so I wouldn't rip it to shreds. I think that was a preventive measure, you know. Moose, listen, just so you know, this is my map, and yeah, please don't rip it to shreds because it's incomplete, and I've not really followed through on some of it, you know.
I'll be back.
I guess I got a reputation after I destroyed that one map last year. See, I don't agree with that. To me, I find fault with Giants on that. The mod should be finished. You're competing for a cash prize, and you should be competing with your best effort. Mediocrity shouldn't be accepted. Incomplete shouldn't be accepted.
They should also have different categories too. Like they should have one just for maps, one just for.
Well, they do have one for maps, and they have one category for the rest. But you're right. They should have a category for scripts. They should have a category for implements. They should have one for vehicles or whatever. You know. That way you're breaking it up and people are competing against, you know, things that they should be competing against. Like, I'm sure one of the reasons everybody likes Black Sheep's Massey Ferguson pack is just because there's so much in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, by sheer volume, they're going after it that way.
Yeah. So, you know, there's so much in it, and good. But I don't know.
Oh, they're doing overnight paving down my Route 140, which is my backyard. They got an asphalt miller running up and down the road.
No sleep for you tonight.
That's what earplugs are for.
I'm telling you, they could blow a bomb out front of my house at night while I go to sleep, and I'd sleep right through it.
I wish.
I got my little, I have an old iPhone that I don't use anymore. Only thing I do with it is I have one of these, there was an app for, it's called White Noise is the name of the app, and it has the best rain sound effect, and it's like rain on a tin roof or something else like that, and it brings back memories of I had an old Jeep that I would, on the way home from my house to Tuscaloosa when I was younger, I get tired sometimes at night after working all night, and I just pull off on the side of the interstate and go to sleep. And it just reminds me of sleeping in that thing when it was raining. And so that app I have running, and when I get ready to go to bed at night, I put my earbuds in and I'll turn that app on. I'm gone. I can't hear nothing else.
Cutting these.
Yeah, that's it, baby. It's like, baby, you got anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm about to turn it on. All right. White Noise on. Moose signing out. That's kind of the way it is.
Countdown from 100. Did you just try to run me over?
No.
All right, so you said weeding fields, what, 13, 14, and 15, something like that?
No, the ones up by the farm. Up by the Evans farm.
Okay.
Boy, don't you know how to look at them color bars and figure out what needs to be done? How do you survive in single player?
Let's cosplay do it all.
Yeah, it does seem sort of like Giants opened the door so they had quantity over quality. Alright guys, so I got a question for everybody. Of course, we're doing the Twitch thing now. We're moved over here. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to get attention to the streams that we're starting up over here. And sometimes it's hard for me to record a new, hey, I'm over here on Twitch doing such and such tonight. Come on out and join us. Last night I tried something different. I tried starting a stream on YouTube and letting it record just a minute and then posting that up for people to go back and watch to let them know that we were doing it. Because I thought that would give them the YouTube alert that a stream was starting. They would go over there and they'd look at it and they'd realize, oh, well, Moose is over on Twitch. It didn't really work. People really didn't follow it over. So, you know, I guess with generic, like if I recorded just some little generic quick, hey guys, we're playing Farm Sim, we're doing it over on Twitch, come join us over there, see you there, that I could just throw up and it doesn't have any kind of, you know, they're just generic. They're not like current. They're not going to talk about what we're actually doing or any of that other stuff. Y'all think that'll work?
So like just like a pre-canned one that you just run every single time.
Yeah, like make one for iRacing, make one for this, make one for Arma, make one for everything, and then I can just slap them up there real quick, post the video, takes a few seconds to upload, and just let it go. Because part of the problem is when I got to record those things and put them up, I got to record one real quick, then I got to edit it, then I got to have it render, and then I got to post it, and then I got, you know, all that stuff, and fill out the text and put a thumbnail up. And I think if I just made a generic live stream thumbnail for each category of stream, be it, you know, whether it's Farm Sim or Truck Sim or whatever, and then just have a little quick thing that says, hey guys, we're getting ready to go live and do a stream in about 5 minutes, and you know, as long as this is up, we're streaming, so come see us on, you know, twitch.tv/Mr. Moose Gaming, and have that up there. So
I think that would work.
I gotta figure something out because what we're doing ain't working. I really thought once people came over here
All
and
right,
followed,
Field 35, getting us to the dark blue.
I really thought that once we got, you know, people over here and they followed, we pretty much be able to just do the live stream and go, but it doesn't seem to work.
It's almost like the notifications don't go through to everyone or something.
I don't know what it is.
I know Twitch can be a bit.
But I can go, I could switch this off right now and we could jump over on YouTube and I bet I get 50, 60 viewers.
Yep.
And that part of it drives me nuts, you know?
So I gotta stop changing my push to talk button. I keep pressing the wrong one.
Yeah, did anybody happen to notice how many people were watching earlier when we played Arma? Because when my numbers were showing me like 8 people, so. Dirt King 16T, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Glad to have you.
When I got towards the end of the stream there, Moose, there was a max of like 12 people I saw.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to stop playing games I enjoy. Not that I don't like Farm Sim and not that I don't enjoy everything else, but Arma's one of those things that I don't think people get into. Yeah, Extreme Farming, nobody reads those announcements. It's like I put them up there and nobody ever reads them. Yeah, I've got that turned on, Arbauer, to where it pops up in the bottom left-hand corner that says I'm live on Twitch. Yeah, I've got that up. Extreme Farming! Thanks for the 13 bits, appreciate it. I say test the theory on YouTube before you can it. What do you mean, Jeff? You mean like jump over to YouTube and see how many people jump on? YouTube's done. I mean, as far as the streams go, I'm all in on making a Twitch channel work over here. So I have to do whatever I can do to make the Twitch channel work. Oh, you mean test Arma over there? Yeah, not good. The trick with Arma, really, honestly, is to find something that's interesting to people. And to be honest with you, that server that Recon's on doesn't have enough people on it. It's, I mean, unless you're doing the missions and you're really going after the missions hardcore and doing them, it's going to be hard to do
It's very
Arma if there's nobody on there, because in order for Exile to be fun, you got to have that PvP aspect of it. You got to have that little bit of fear of being shot by somebody else, and you've got to have targets that you can go after. And if there's only 6 people online, it's really hard to figure out where somebody's going to be at to go after them. Whereas if there's 20, 30 people on, you can set up ambush points, and when somebody comes by, you can ambush them. And I'm not a base raid guy. I don't like attacking somebody's base. That's just tacky to me. Unless they're online and they're in it defending it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta work on all that. Make sure I'm getting everything done. Like tonight, though, everything got overwhelmed and snowballed on me. And it's like, it was like being in quicksand. You know, I knew they were doing that test today on cattle and crops, so I purposely was getting ready to do it, and I started trying to get it downloaded for an hour. You know, I worked on it for almost 4 hours today to get everything right, so it actually plays on my system. And you know, had to reinstall NVIDIA's latest driver on my system, and that's a restart, and everything else I had to go through to get it to work. And like, my virus protector kept kicking the installer out. That was another problem I had today, was their installer, when it came down, both Windows Defender and my virus protector both were sending up red flags because it was an unsigned installer. So Windows didn't like it, and then my virus detector would look at it and say, no, we're not going to let you install this, and it would actually quarantine it. So I had to go through that. I finally had to just turn my virus protector off in order to install it. It's just a headache and a nightmare. And I don't know, by 6 o'clock I give up. I'm just going to play something else and go kill some stuff. I'm not happy with Google. YouTube's just been nasty. I don't know if y'all have problems with it. I have tremendous problems with YouTube now.
Oh yeah.
I go to access a page and I get that 504 error 50% of the time, or it times out and can't be accessed, especially if I'm going into the back end on my YouTube page to edit a video or something else like that. I have all the time, I'm having issues with it.
Yeah. Oh no, the one I love is that when you watch a video when a commercial comes in and you have an opportunity to skip the ad and you click the button and it just continues playing the commercial and doesn't go back to the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you press to skip, and then when it goes to go back to your video, it just sits there constantly buffering and doesn't carry on.
It goes to a black, or a black screen, or you just graze out and gets little circles going around. Yeah, it's awesome. They've really, made that platform really stable and much better.
Oh yeah, it's top notch. I've had the one as well where you go back to your video and it's all blurry and doesn't focus back in.
I've never seen a company with so much on the ball going positive for them implode so horribly bad in such a short period of time. I mean, it just seems like everything they do wrong now.
They just got too greedy.
I don't know what it is, but it's getting old. Why do I keep doing that? Yeah, I guess I need to do a really big campaign to get everybody to join the Twitter account, and then just tweet everything out and get that. But there's a lot of people who don't like Twitter. I'm one of them. I'm not a big Twitter guy.
Nah.
To me, it seems like a stupid thing.
Yep.
I don't see how people do it. I don't see how people devote that much time to reading Twitter.
You tell me. I mean, I made an account so that business contacts and stuff could contact me easy. Other than that, I haven't done nothing with it, and then you get loads of rubbish coming through on them, and people just sit all day and read it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a busy couple of days for me because I need to download all the mods, go through the mods, test the mods, make videos on all the mods. And then the race tomorrow, and then do a live stream tomorrow night. And I got some other stuff going on. And then, oh yeah, Monday, 7 days to die.
I hope you've got a coffee machine next to your desk.
Espresso.
Man, I just drink nothing but black coffee now. Just
Can't
works.
beat black coffee.
I got a cup right here. I start drinking coffee in the morning and I don't stop until just about before I go to bed.
I would do the same if it didn't make me bounce off every wall.
It really doesn't have that effect on me.
Anything with caffeine or sugars, that's it. I bounce off every wall.
Yeah, coffee for me doesn't really do it. It's not really that good of a stimulant for me. And to be honest with you, I think the only reason I do it now is just because it's a habit. You know?
Yeah.
So many odd years of just drinking coffee all the time has caused me to drink coffee. Of course, you know, when I was a kid, my dad drank coffee, so I had to drink coffee. But of course, mine had to have some milk and some sugar in it.
Yeah, but working in the sound industry as well, it's a big thing with engineers is coffee.
Oh, I think it's every industry. Coffee is coffee is coffee. I mean, it's just coffee, period.
You rely on it to a point, though, don't you, when you're doing all that at late nights and early hours of the morning?
Oh, no, I rely on no-dos.
On what?
No-dos and cocaine, man. That was how I got through it. I was just kidding. No-dos, though. Yeah, no-dos was it, baby.
Or Vibrant, right? What's another one?
Man, when we were running hard like that, it was no-dos and little, and I've told you guys before, little strips of tobacco in your eyes. Those were the 2 tricks that I used all the time.
Yeah. My trick was 1 sip of coffee, and that's it. I was going for about 3 days.
Yeah, that doesn't do it for me, man. I would have to have some sort of stimulant that to keep me awake, you know. That and pure oxygen. That was the other thing too. You go huff on some pure oxygen in the back. Oh yeah. You need that little pick-me-up.
There was always pure oxygen available as well. For the
there was. There was always oxygen available.
Yep.
Whip it.
Well, yeah, and it didn't hurt that my dad owned one of the companies, you know, so.
Always like the effect of pure oxygen across dry ice.
Yeah, when I went to go down and take like a 30-minute power nap, there was an oxygen mask on my face, man. I'd get up and I'd be ready to go, baby. Trying to unload here. I'm doing a poor job of it. Yeah, but coffee didn't do it. Coffee stopped working for me a long time ago.
I wish.
I like 5-hour energy. It seems to work. Whatever they are. What is it? Is that what it is? 5-hour energy? Them little shots?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those seem to work. They're better. I've been buying them at Sam's in big cases for about 3 years now. Hey Rob, what's going on? How you doing, man? We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Probably told you guys I went out on the road one time with a guy though, and everybody on the bus was a coffee snob, and we actually were so bad, like it depended on who the artist was that I went out with. They'd all have different sponsors, and you'd get treated differently in every town that you went into, right? And like I was out on the road with one guy who was sponsored by Bud Light, and so every town that he went into, the local Bud Light distributor was responsible for filling the bus up with beer at every stop. You know, the green room had to be stocked with Bud Lights. The bus had to be stocked with Bud Lights, and there would have to be cases of Bud Light put onto underneath the bus and on the trucks, just to make sure that we always had Bud Light, right? This other guy that I went out with, we were all coffee snobs, and because everybody knew it, every town we went into, people would be getting all kinds of specialty coffees and bringing them to the bus, and everybody would be getting all kinds of bags of different coffee. It was really fun. I enjoyed that. It was not uncommon to see 8 or 9 different grinders on the bus in the kitchen area at any time, because everybody had their own different style of coffee, and everybody just brought a coffee press, so you make your own coffee. Just had a big hot water distributor there. And then you had the complete snobs would bring a mill on the bus. Which, yeah, I'm gonna admit I had a meal.
I was about to say, and that was you.
I had a mill. I'm not gonna lie. Well, you know, because a mill doesn't, you know, doesn't scorch the bean when you grind it. And that's very important, right? For the ultimate taste of the coffee. I'm not that big of a snob anymore. Now I'll drink Folgers crap, you know, if it's available. You put enough of them scoops into into one of the coffee makers, you can get a drip of water through there and it'll taste like coffee. You do have to be careful though with your Mr. Coffee maker that if you put too much coffee into the coffee container, it will overflow because the water can't permeate through there fast enough to counter the inflow of it. Mr. Coffee doesn't realize there needs to be a setting on their coffee pot that if I put, 25 scoops of coffee into their thing, and that the water inflow needs to be less than what it is for the guy who, drinks coffee water with only like 2 scoops or 3 scoops of coffee in there. Have y'all ever read the actual package of coffee that tells you how many tablespoons to put per cup? If you actually follow those directions, you might as well just dip the reservoir that you're supposed to hold the coffee grinds in. You might as well just dip it in there. Just pour all the coffee into it. Okay, that looks good. Tap it a few times, get a little bit more on there.
That's what my other half actually does. Just opens the packet, pours it in.
That's the way my uncle is. My uncle came in one day and we were, and I drink pretty stout coffee. I do. I'll admit it. I'm not ridiculous though. If you have a good coffee bean, you don't need it. If you have a really good coffee bean that has a lot of flavor in it, you don't have to use 15 scoops of coffee to make a pot of coffee. But if you've got a weak bean or not very good or dried out old cruddy bean or whatever, you do have to use more. Well, he comes in here and he had this, I forget what it was. It was some sort of Mexican coffee that he was really proud of, and he brought it in and he's going to make a pot of it, and he must have poured half a bag in there to make one pot of coffee. Oh my gosh. Ouch. I would have rather just reached down and grab a handful of dirt and ate it than to drink a cup of coffee. It was, wow, it was stout.
The meaning of cup of mud.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a cup of mud.
That thick that the spoon stood up in it.
I mean, Guinness is stout. That stuff was just horrible. I mean, it's a joke that when you drink a pint of Guinness, you're drinking Mother Earth, but that cup of coffee was, I mean, it was 4 scoops of dirt. That's a neat weather vane we've got. What direction's the wind coming from, weather vane?
This way.
You're supposed to point.
What's the name of that coffee that's real expensive and supposed to be really good? I can't remember.
Kona?
No.
Is that are you talking about the one where the cat eats the beans and then poops it out, and then they go back and take the bean and grind it up and make coffee out of it?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was cats though, but it was some.
Yeah, that's Kona coffee.
No.
Yeah, that's Kona. Kona coffee is the one where they take the coffee beans and the cats eat the coffee beans, and they go behind and they find the cat turds and they pull the beans out of the cat turds and make coffee out of it. Yes, that's Kona coffee.
There's another kind with K. I'm just wondering if that was you were talking about that Mexican coffee.
Oh no,
if that was the Mexican version of it.
No, this stuff had like, it was coffee, but it also had like jalapeno or something in there that made it like, you know, hot and spicy, and it wasn't good. Now, I've had Mexican coffee in Mexico where they make their coffee and it's got a little spice to it, but it also has a little liquor in it, and that's pretty good stuff. But that stuff he made was, it was horrible.
Or maybe they got the burros to eat the beans and they reharvested the beans.
I'm pretty sure it's cats is the one that they eat. The cats eat the beans. And
from India's, I know that. I can't think of the name of it though. Or Asia, somewhere in Asia that it comes from.
Okay, now Trenton's saying it's monkeys that eat the bean and then poop them out.
But I don't think it's Kona. Kona could be that way too, but
yeah, Kona comes from Hawaii, and but yeah, there's
there's one out in Asia that does it, like India or somewhere like that they do it.
I may be wrong, but I thought it was Kona coffee that is the one that is the poop bean, turd bean. Yeah, but yeah, there's actually coffee out there where they let an animal eat the bean, poop it out, then they get the dry poop and the bean out of the poop, and then they make coffee out of it. And it's expensive.
That's so wrong.
I know, right? Well, it's like the digestive tract of the animal takes part of the husk or breaks down the bean in a way that when it's roasted afterwards, it has more flavor, more of the natural oils or whatever. I mean, it's I don't know. But my question is, who was the poor schmuck that was so hard up one day that he had to get coffee beans out of monkey turds to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how hard up for a cup of joe do you have to be to go pull the coffee beans out of monkey turds? I mean... All right, so Kopi Luwaka. Yeah, the walk. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I was right. It is a cat, and that they eat them.
Civet.
It's like this one community where they're harvested, where this comes from, and it's like they leave them out for the cats to eat them.
They leave out the coffee cherries, which is what the coffee bean comes from. Yeah.
Right. It's the coffee cherry. The cat eats them, and then when they poop out then all the people in the village go around and collect poop all day long, and they make coffee out of it.
Most expensive coffee in the world. Oh, comes from elephants. Ooh.
Now I'll tell you what, one of my favorite coffees is a Sumatra blend. It comes out of Ethiopia. The Ethiopia coffee's pretty darn good. Those really hot, dry climates make some good coffee beans.
All right, 35's done. It's full. Dark blue, done with fertilizer.
Oh, Big Mac, we cover every topic in this channel. We're all about covering some stuff, man. You got a topic we need to look into, we're all into it, man. We can go from farming to crappy beans.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, this conversation's just turned to poop. All right, well, I don't know what I want to do now. I don't know if we start something else. I got some planting done. We got some oats in.
South Railroad Mill is full at the moment. We're gonna wait for it.
All right, so it's got 527,000. So maybe that's it. You mean it can't take any more straw?
It won't accept any more. It's got 500,000 in there, and if you look at it in the chart, it's in red, showing it's maxed out. So I don't know if we have to take some out and then deliver more. I don't know.
Maybe that's why we were getting dinged with that $7,000 penalty. Maybe it was getting down to 0 and we weren't keeping them stocked. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's where we're losing income. It'd be nice if it would tell you that it had a quota that you had to do quarterly or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly try taking a little bit out and see if it affects the contract.
No, don't take anything out. We'd just be wasting money, Rambo. Just let it run. It refreshes every 24 hour, every so many hours. It'll be right back down at midnight or whatever. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, it'll be kind of silly to take out of there. It probably has a heightened consumption rate or something like that during when it's in a contract. Maybe, you know, let's think of it in real world terms as they know that they have a client that needs a buttload of straw and they need, you know, all this, and they have to go ahead and contract to get it in. It'd just be like if you were selling corn to a mill, the mill knows that they have to have this much corn to fulfill their contracts, so they're contracting it out to you, and they expect delivery at certain stages. Because like if you're growing corn for a mill, most of the time they will sell you a contract for a particular time frame. They will say in September we need this many bushels of corn from you, and then in October we're going to need this much more. So they don't buy every bit that you have at one time. A lot of times they stagger the purchase out over a period of time. So maybe that's what this is simulating, is a staggered purchase where they're telling you what your bulk is, but what you need to deliver, and it's, you know, like everything else, just not well defined in there. So I don't know, but it's, I think that might be where we're getting dinged if we can't put the entire order in there. Or we're getting dinged because it's expecting certain amounts at each stage. And, you know, next time, I'll tell you this, next time we take a contract, I'm going to be watching the numbers really close.
Yeah, it doesn't explain half of what goes on.
All right. It's 10 o'clock. All right, so Chris is doing his deal over here. Yeah, 36 is going to be done. Need done. 37 is going to be done as well, Chris. Summer Rider, take it easy. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out. Can't really fast track time until Chris finishes what he's doing. So that's that. I will be right back, guys.
Back in a mo.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back.
All right, well, just thinking about Chris, we're going to lose Chris here shortly. Has anybody been on, so just curiosity, has anybody been on the multiplayer server tonight to see for Truckers MP? Has anybody heard anything or seen anything from what it's like over there? I'd be curious to know if it's a wreck fest or not. Since Adam mentioned wreck fest on ATS.
I'm back.
It's like a train wreck. I kind of want to go look at it and see how bad it is, but at the same time, I don't want to be involved in it. You know what I mean? Mini-me!
Good if you could just sort of overview.
Yeah. Hey, can I come in here and just kind of Zeus this and hover around? Grab my bag of popcorn and sit at this intersection. We'll see how many wrecks happen. It'd be great if you had, you know, that 3-4 second vision where you could go ahead and go, oh, this guy's gonna wreck. Let me jump over there. All right. That.
So we've got 527,000 delivered. We've got about 150,000 in storage still. So we're only slightly short.
It will be fine.
Oh yeah, I'm just working out.
Yeah, somebody remind me tomorrow to put a forklift mod on the server.
I'll try and remember.
I just cannot stand these skid steers.
They are frustrating.
It was driving me wonkers the other day.
I mean, they're cool, and I'm glad they put them into the game, but the way they maneuver is just terrible. Gonna need some more wood.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing some chopping in a bit.
And sawmill's not running.
Again.
Just needs to... I think it's full of wood chips. Boy, this old JCB is looking rough.
It's well used.
You know what I found funny? I was reading some of the forum post on Giant's website about the mod contest. And of course all the ignorant, you know, first timers that have never, you know, bothered to read or anything else like that about the contest are asking some of the most stupid questions in the world about the mod contest. But they, you know, the Giants people are trying to clarify some stuff in there, and one of the things they were pointing out was like, well, you know, you can use prefabs in a map as long as you have the permission of the person who created it, or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, it's public domain. Once it's released out there, everybody can use it.
But they can't let other people use their claws.
It's funny. I love reading all the console people just complaining and bitching and moaning. Guys, you need to make all these modders release all their stuff on console.
No, they don't.
Well, what's so funny is it's the same, the ones that are in there complaining about it have no clue as to why a mod isn't released on console. You know, it's this, oh, the mean, vicious modders are all against all the console people. They haven't bothered to spend the time to, like, actually research why the mod isn't on console. You know, oh, it runs a script? Oh, never mind.
A lot of them don't even understand what a script is. I told him to, Jeff.
I wish Sirius had figured out that that one trailer that he had and entered it in the contest. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
The way Sirius has got that that trailer where you can actually pick up the trailer with a claw and attach it to the back of the truck for transport is really great. I don't know that he did that or if somebody else came up with it, but that's the way it should have been.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix of people. I mean, that trailer's been torn apart about 6-7 more times now.
Yeah, I wish they'd get it right.
Yeah, a lot of the issue is the log physics.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, I don't think they'll ever get it right. I think it's impossible to get it right, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think there might be a happy compromise, but it's gonna be a hard fight.
Yeah, that's really all it comes down to, the collisions on the trees themselves.
Yep. But look how spaced out they have to be.
Well, not the trees, I mean on the logs, excuse me. The collisions on the logs and the static on them.
Yeah, and as we found out, if you go messing with them, then it becomes a nightmare. And pretty much, Jeff, yeah.
I mean, who cares? Just enter it, you know? Enter and get your name out there. That's my biggest thing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty darn good mod, you know?
Well, we certainly wouldn't be using it if it wasn't.
Sure I would.
But to be fair, we probably would have gone with anything after that cat truck.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have gone with a horse and cart over that cat truck.
Yeah, Jeff, right now we're too busy trying to get him to do mods for FS18.
I nearly got him with that the other day.
Yeah, when they released FS18, we were on about mod support for FS18. Was he going to release his mods on FS18? He's like, huh? He was pretty animate about not.
I could almost see him typing, like Google searching if it was mod compatible.
Oh, you know he did.
Oh yeah, he must have, because he was very quiet for a few minutes.
Yeah, he was baffled at first, and then he just kind of, well, actually at first he was like, are you gonna release your mods for FS18? He's like, yeah, probably so. And he's like, wait a minute, 18? And then he stopped for a second and he was like, isn't that console or tablet or whatever OS platform? And so we started.
Because he turned around and went, don't you mean 19?
Yeah, that's when he's like, don't you mean 19?
Oh dear. I could barely talk at the time, I was laughing too much.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, man. We're evil that way.
Yep.
I mean, it's like you sinking a truck and trying to blame it on Chris. I mean, God, man.
Well, the culprit has to come out eventually.
I really hate, though. I will be honest with everybody. I really wanted to do something cool tonight with it, and you know, have fun with that. I was gonna use a rotator and try to get it out of there with a rotator, but I couldn't find the hook number one, that you need for the rotator, and it's just where it was sitting, it was just a bit too far for the rotator, even if I did have the hook. I thought it would be cool to pull the tow truck in there and tow it out with a tow truck.
That would have been quite cool, actually.
I don't get into all that stuff, like making towing videos and lawn care videos, but having it for that sort of occasion, when Rambo pulls a Rambo moment, it would be cool to have, and I could see that part of it. But the ones that go out and all they do is make tow truck videos or lawn care videos, those I don't get into.
I give up.
What'd you do?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Nothing. What about you?
What'd I do? Oh, are you into the tow videos and the lawn care videos? I'm sorry if I offended.
Not.
I'm sorry if I offended you with that comment, Rambo. If my comment offended you by the fact that I don't like lawn care videos or the occasional person who does a landscape video or towing video or firefighting video or whatever else they turn farm sim into other than farming, I do apologize. And if anybody in the stream is offended by that, it's not my cup of tea. So I do apologize.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm baffled, dude.
Why does it say do not drive too deeply in water on my screen?
So you don't pull a Rambo.
Probably because you tabbed around and went through the excavator.
Yeah, if you made it over to the excavator or the dump truck over there, you might be getting that.
Or the vehicle that Rambo's trying to get out of the water right now.
Yeah, of course.
What?
Nah, I'm just joking.
Rambo doesn't have incidents, mate. They're few and far between.
One continuous
Very
one.
far between.
Yeah, the breaks between Rambo's incidents are few and far between. The best was the other night when we were playing Arma. I thought Chris was gonna pee on himself. Front! Front, 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 front!
You weren't there having 3 people shouting different directions in your ear.
But I'm the person that you should be listening to. It's my vehicle that might get blown up.
My mind doesn't process that.
Well, you, my friend, are a poor gunner then. You gotta listen to your field commander. Don't pay attention to what the other platoon's doing. Or squad, or whatever you want to call them.
It's funny watching them die on lampposts.
Recon cracks me up because he'll go out there and he's like, I don't want to do their missions. They're too hard. All I ever do, the AI's too strong, blah, blah, blah. And then we go out there, we do the mission, and he immediately jumps in the truck, gets all the loot, leaves. Goes and sells everything and like doesn't like split the loot up. I'm like, okay. All right, so let's you get that back and running.
Yeah, Speedy gets out of there. It's like you're expecting an airstrike to come in or something.
All right, so that is done. What else do we need to do? Stone processing. We could do some stone, maybe. I don't have enough to haul off a load.
All right, I'm gonna finish up 36, and then I think that's it for me tonight.
So is the end of the Sam Adams. Sam Adams is all gone. Chris calls it a night.
He's in the bottom of the bottle and it scared him.
All right, so I got 35, 33, and 36. Looks like the only one I didn't get to is 37. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. I am heading out.
Alright, mate. Yeah, have a good one.
Usual. Catch you all tomorrow. Bye, chat!
Moose, you're muted, mate.
Yes, I'm muted. I've been coughing like a dog all night long.
So I just seen you push the talk command and I was like, have I done something to my sound?
No, that was because I was also doing some other commands on my computer.
Ah.
What sort of multitasking?
Multitask? Nah, we can't do that.
I finally heard back from Brandon today. Apparently, he's got some sort of stream planned for tomorrow already that he can't get out of, so he's not going to participate either.
Oh, right.
But I will say this, if you want to get with EVR, if you're not able to get in the race tomorrow, if you want to get with EVR, he's looking for somebody to help him with the commentary on it, because the way it's going to work tomorrow is Casket's going to stream, I'm going to stream, EVR is also going to stream, and EVR is going to have like the blimp cam or the turn cam or whatever, sort of produce it up like a ESPN or something like that would do, and he's going to do the commentary for it as like an announcer, but he was looking for somebody to help him out with it. We were having a good laugh about that yesterday, but yeah, he's looking for somebody to help out with it. So if one of you guys wants to help him with it, if you gotta of course have iRacing so you can watch the feed, but that he's watching, so that you guys are in sync at the same time. But yeah, if you're interested in helping him out with that, you can always touch base with him. He's probably online right now if you wanted to.
I'll chat with him.
I wish this thing locked. I mean, you can fix it by just doing that, but I wish it, like when it pulled in, I wish it had like prongs at the back that locked it into place so it didn't wiggle around like that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, those fields that just have super enormous fields, I mean, they're a cool novelty, but they get old after a while. I mean, not everybody has a full day to sit to sow their fields. And if you want to do anything other than just no-till on them, good luck. You're gonna be there for a couple of days doing it. I'm all about some big fields for multiplayer, but single player is a whole nother story. Then all you're doing is just running course play. Whoops, that was the wrong button. That was the wrong button. Could have been doing I. Control I. Try that one more time. I. There we go. Alright, we're back up to 222,000 stone. This thing just runs non-stop. I need to get the money up and upgrade the stone processing facility so it can do more. You can go up to there's a building next to the Remax office, and you can go up there. You can upgrade the production rate of it.
All right, how much does that cost?
So I want to say it's like 800,000 or 500,000, something like that. It's pretty steep. Let me go up there and take a look. It's worth it though, because if you can speed up the production rate on that thing, and that thing makes so much money. I don't mind large fields either, especially if you've got big equipment like, you know, the seeders that we got with the Big Bud DLC, or even some of the modded seeders. But I mean, part of the big fields that I don't like is having to run course play. I mean, I can get everything done with course play, and I enjoy using course play for some things because I do enjoy having the whole ballyhoo that goes along with having 3 tractors running at the same time, plowing or planting or whatever. But it also, at some points, you're just going through the motions a lot of times, and that takes away from it for me. Which I guess I've evolved a little bit on my feelings on that. When I used to play, I'd have like as many tractors on the map running at one time. And I've sort of gotten away from that because I got tired of just managing equipment on the map instead of actually doing the stuff on the map. And I've slowed down a lot more, you know? I guess when I first started playing the game, I was get everything done, and utilize course play to get as many tasks going on at one time. But you know, you sort of get in that habit of it. You get to the point where sometimes you're letting course play do more than you're doing, and I don't know, to me it takes away from the game at some point. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know it or not, but if you go to Remax, that's where you got to go during business hours to buy a piece of real estate. But Big Sky Remodeling and Construction, if you come here and you actually approach this, and we probably can't address it right now. Boogers, it's not going to let me address it right now because it's after hours. But if you come here, you can actually remodel or upgrade your facilities. So that's what that's all about. So we'll catch that in another live stream, and I'll show you guys that. All right. I'm gonna take this guy back over to the gravel mine. Park the two of them there, and tomorrow I'll put some more stone in the stone processor. Since the lumber mill is upgraded or updated and cleaned out. I guess at some point I need to go over and rent the furniture factory and get it running. Check that out. You try to not use Courseplay, you find it doesn't work half the time. I've had pretty good luck with it, but I have, like, Tony Tomato sent me a thing the other day that he was having problems with the delivery system in it. And I haven't been able to get in there and check it out. I need to go do that. Big Tony Tomato.
Oh wow, that straw on the railroad's down to 356,000 already.
Yeah, I told you it'd go pretty quick. Yeah, because the first time I was hauling silage over to Dawson's, I about freaked out when I filled it up, because I was like, oh great, how are we going to make money now that Dawson's is completely full? And within an hour it had room in it already. So alright guys and gals, I think that's going to do it for tonight. We will call the stream to an end. It's 2.5 hours of streaming or whatever. I think that says 2.5, plus we did a little ARMA earlier. So anyways, I do hope you guys will join us for the race tomorrow afternoon. Remember, the stream will be early in the afternoon, 1, 2-ish, somewhere right in there, 2 at the latest. But I probably expect to start the stream up around 1:30. I gotta go check with him and make sure what time that we start. But anyways, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I hope it's good racing. I really do hope it's not a wreck fest. I hope it turns into good racing. I've got my race strategy. I'm kind of going to lay back a little bit in the beginning so I can be in it in the end to try and win. Kind of pull a Jimmy Johnson, you know? Don't actually be a contender to be a contender. So, but anyways, we'll do that, and then we'll do something tomorrow evening. So I hope you guys will come back and join us. If you haven't already, make sure you follow the channel so you get your notifiers. Jump over and follow us on Twitter as well. And anyways, thanks to Rambo, Chris D, Hemi for being with us tonight. Thank you, fellas. You guys want to say goodnight?
Good night.
Catch you later.
Alrighty. Let's see who's up and running still. Wonder if Alex is up and still streaming.
Yep.
Alright, make sure y'all all go over to the Northern Alex's stream and say hi to him for me. I know he would appreciate that. And we'll give you a link to get over there real quick. Everybody jump over there, watch the rest of Northern Alex. He's playing a little farm sim as well. And go say hi to him for me, okay? I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out tonight. We'll do it again. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Do it all then. Till then, stay safe. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody. Smoking